I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Darky convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Oh, you're lying about something. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to the capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? No, she doesn't tell the truth. She doesn't. God damn it. Why is she like that, though? Why is she lying right now? Otherwise we can get Chief Gant and everything will be fine, you know? Well, it depends on what happened to her sister, you know? About the murder. But it was an accident, though. Anyway. She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. I worked alongside Gant for years. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gant and Detective Sky was legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good, coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about this. Think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. Yeah, but he was already dead. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Darky was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized at that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana! So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in a victim's body. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. Exactly. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is It wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Miss Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Darky? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Darky was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Darky's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. Huh? You planted the tip of Darky's knife in the victim's body, and then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? Exactly. That is just weird. You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body? Why did you plant the knife? That's my question. But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Skye fabricated a knife. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Darky. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. Because I hated Darky for what he did. My only motivation was to get Darky convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Miss Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. Fun. As a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Miss Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. I worked alongside Gan for years. What can we show her? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Yeah, that is a little bit weird, isn't it? Wait. Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Emma is written on surface in blood. And also, about this, found in Chief Gant's safe. Evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. So, when she is saying it had nothing to do with Emma, My only motivation was to get Darky convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Well, that is not true. We can show this.